The irresistible flight of a Clark or a Senna equates to the lone escape of a soloist who copes with his task with the skill of a magician. A refueling stop perfected during the 80s at the height of the turbo engine's thirst is a ballet of rigorous precision, managed to perfection by the crew chief, who is briefly the director of choreography as he balances the awful potential danger of fuel escaping onto overheated mechanical parts and the need to waste the least time in order to send the impatient driver back into the race. The race's rhythm is a tune's tempo. It's imperative to avoid false notes, to run off the laps with the regularity of a metronome. Yes, great drivers are both sportsmen and artists. They demonstrate their art in their driving style, each in his own register. Fangio is the Grand Master, the Beethoven of the circuits. Clark was grace personified, the Mozart of Formula One. Stewart, all finesse, was a sort of Debussy of the wheel. Lauda drove as Bach composed, with an unfailing discipline. Prost, always precise, is the Vivaldi of the tracks. Senna, the introverted genius, he is the Schumann of Grand Prix racing. And one can come up with many more comparisons, without forgetting Strauss and his waltzes, of course. The score of a Grand Prix is sometimes perilous for the players, and those who conduct appreciate that.
ricordo che von Karajan un giorno mi disse e mi scrisse, ascoltando il vostro 12 cilindri, scaturisce un'armonia che nessun maestro saprà mai interpretare.
But art in Formula One is also a fascination with machines. And Jean Tinguely uses them as a basis for his art. They are part of his life's work, and he admires them so much that he shares his room with Jim Clark's Lotus.
Nous en sommes, avec la Formule 1, arrivés à un point où l'être humain crée un objet, crée un mythe, crée une chose fantastique qui est pour moi œuvre d'art parce qu'elle a cette qualité de me surprendre, de me bouleverser, de me faire vivre, de me faire respirer avec mon étonnement brûlant en voyant cette incroyable aventure de l'homme avec la machine.
With a bit of mockery, Tinguely's creaking creations attempt to track the secret of movement. Emanuele Zerini, on the other hand, tries to convey speed in bronze. He was originally a photographer, but wanted to express the abstract of the speed of racing cars in model form, as seen through his own particular lenses.
En fait, quand je crée une sculpture, pour évoquer une idée, j'essaye de la dépouiller le plus possible de certaines de ses formes, comme les ailerons, les porte-à-faux aérodynamiques, toutes ces choses-là, tous ces appendices qui font qu'en fait, quand on détaille, c'est pas joli, quoi. J'essaye de rendre les choses le plus fluide possible, et comme c'est quand même un objet qui est par définition statique, si je commence à l'alourdir d'artifices, ça sera au détriment du dynamisme dans la lecture de l'objet.
Michel Leconte is among the many artists worldwide who like to bring their subject matter to a standstill in order to work their own magic on it and make it move again, faster than ever.
Quand j'étais jeune peintre, je faisais une traduction qui était plutôt non figurative. Et plus je me suis intéressé à cet univers, plus j'ai travaillé et j'ai approché les hommes, plus je suis devenu réaliste.
Photography was virtually conceived with the automobile. And since the first masterpieces of Jacques-Henri Latigue, the kindly forerunner in this genre, it has perhaps been this medium that has best expressed the magic of speed and transformed our perception of space and time, representing the most amazing phenomenon of the century. Latigue's successors worldwide are well known. Assay, Snowden, Schlegelmilch or Rondeau, whose pictures capture and retain the spirit of racing in an imaginative kaleidoscope of lines and colours. Children, of course, are the first to be fascinated by the world of Formula One, which is conveyed to them by the medium of the strip cartoon. The adventures of Michel Vaillant are seen through the eyes of Jean Graton, who manages to embellish fact with fiction, making attractive and intriguing stories. Formula One has even been touched by the legendary Beatles. George Harrison composed and sang a moving tribute to Ronnie Peterson after the fatal accident which claimed the life of the great Swedish driver.
Faster than a bullet from a gun. He is faster than everyone. Quicker than the blinking of an eye. Like a flash, you can miss him going by. No one knows.
Even so, there was a typical touch of British humour of the video that went with it. Why, it's Jackie Stewart chauffeuring the roles. Artists, whether wielding bow, paintbrush or steering wheel, either interpreting or participating, are all made of the same stuff. They share the same desires, take the same risks, and draw from the same sources. They seek determination to push them on an unending road to perfection, an inspiration which satisfies their taste for excess, carrying them beyond the known limits of lesser mortals.